Hey Pisces, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with sun, moon, or rising in Pisces. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So let's flip your cards over and get our first clues as to who this person might be. We have Grand Trine, Blessings, number 46. And we have the Two of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay. There's a lot of messages coming through, and I was actually like paying a lot of attention to the number that was on your card, because in the last reading, like a strong message was coming through regarding the number of the card. And in this case, I'm feeling like this is something that maybe is new, or someone that you felt like you started a new cycle with, or like you closed out a cycle with, and this could be their energy as well. They may have had this feeling, but I'm just kind of getting that sense of completion with the number 10, adding the 4 and 6 together. There's a sense of completion. So this might be someone that you started a new cycle of your life with, or it kind of feels like a new cycle started, or something changed, something transformed, or broke open is what they're saying to me. Very that's very odd. Like something cracked wide open when you met this person, and this can be their energy. This could be something you felt as well, but it can also be just how they're feeling about this connection. I'm getting very dreamy vibes just from these cards, and the way that they look together, very like starry nighttime, really beautiful like nighttime sky vibes. So there might be some connection with that in this relationship, or when you met this person, something about being under the stars. I'm also hearing it's like maybe you talk to this person at night a lot. Yeah it just feels like some kind of new cycle popped off when this person came into your life, whether that's on their end or your end, probably both. But it just feels like something new started. So this is definitely someone that you have felt strongly connected to. You've maybe even felt some kind of divine or spiritual essence about this connection. I feel like that's true whether this has been communicated openly between the two of you or not. And in a lot of cases, I feel like this might not have been discussed openly. I am picking up on that for some of you, this is a newer connection, or a connection that hasn't progressed to the level where these kind of thoughts or ideas are shared openly. Like almost like you're both waiting for the other one to say it. So this could be something brand new, where it's like you really like this person and you feel very drawn to them, but you're not saying it yet because you're kind of waiting to see, like, well, do they like me too? Are they going to say or do anything? And this person's doing exactly the same thing. So it could be that. It could be maybe a connection that's a little bit further into it, but like these deeper feelings, because I'm getting like really deep feelings from this group already. Maybe some of these deeper feelings haven't been discussed. It might seem overwhelming. It might just be a difficult conversation to have. So I am getting the feeling that, like, in terms of fully communicating the depths of these feelings, that might not have happened yet. I say yet because it does feel like something that will happen in this connection. It feels like there's some strong feelings going on both sides, and these feelings will be communicated eventually. Regardless of all of that, like I'm saying, it's mutual. Like, if this is someone that you found yourself thinking a lot about, the feeling is mutual regardless of whether or not this person's communicating it to you. There could be a very good reason why they're not communicating to you. They could be extremely shy, or there's something about this connection that makes it feel like it's not the right timing to kind of unload all this heavy stuff. But the feelings are there, and it's feeling completely mirrored to me. So strong feelings on both ends. I think both of you feel like this happened for a reason. With this Grand Trine, we have Blessings. And there's also a mutual feeling of like high regard and happiness when you're in each other's presence. So this is the type of person that you look forward to seeing. They look forward to seeing you. You look forward to having conversations with this person. This person makes you smile. Everything I'm saying is mutual. It feels very, very mirrored. This is how the two of you feel about each other. This feels like all really good vibes. So I feel like this is someone that you really do feel comfortable with and you feel at ease with, and they feel that same way. It seems like a true match, or the feeling that you're on each other's level. Whatever that means, whatever that means to you, it feels like maybe this is someone that you can have conversations with, someone who you share interests with, someone who has like a similar sense of humor, or something like that. It almost feels like both of you are aware that you've met people before where it doesn't really feel like this much of a match for whatever reason. It doesn't feel like the two of you align in the ways that you would want to. It doesn't feel like the other person understands you the way that you would want to. Just sort of like an intuitive and innate knowing of like where you are, like not physically, but that could actually be a part of your connection, like being able to sense each other, but like, you know, kind of like knowing what's going on in the other one's mind, being able to meet them where they are, being able to understand each other without a lot of explanation. It just feels like past connections haven't felt like they flowed that much, like you weren't completely on the same page. And in this one, something's different. It could be that you're very well matched spiritually, so maybe both spiritually evolved, or it could be other interests that you have that you share. But I feel like this person is someone who noticed immediately that there was something different about the connection that the two of you had. And I feel like you noticed that as well. But I also feel like nobody said anything. So let me know in the comments. And plus, we're going to look at the tarot, so I might be able to tell. But it's like, it just feels like both of you were feeling these super strong emotions. And you didn't necessarily let the other one know that those emotions were there. So it's like neither one of you really knows if the other one is on the same page, but it's totally mutual. And there's a lot of strong energy here. This person feels like they were really lucky to have met you. It just feels like something just works. I wish I had a better way to describe this, but it's like something just clicked, something just works, something flows naturally and effortlessly. I also feel like with this trine energy, the two of you might share similar astrological placements. You might be the same sun sign, or it could be that like your moon sign is this person's sun sign or something like that. I'm also getting heavy Gemini energy. So somehow Gemini is significant here. Maybe Gemini season is relevant to this connection. We're actually in Gemini season, just into Gemini season at like when I'm recording this. So that could mean that something's about to change in this connection. It could be that you have just met this person, it's fairly new. It could also be an indication that this person wants to reach out to you and is going to be taking that step like in the next month or two, because it feels like something significant either has happened or will happen during Gemini season. Interesting. It really does feel to me like some progress is going to be made in this connection within the next couple of months. Maybe that's just about getting a clearer understanding about where the two of you stand. It might be communicating some of these feelings, but it feels like something will move forward here. I get the feeling that both of you feel like your story has been forever changed because of this connection, or that it will be forever changed. Like kind of this feeling of like, I'll never be the same after this. you know what? This is giving me, because I was saying before, like, it feels like something happened, like with this 10, the end of a cycle, the closing out of a cycle and the beginning of something new. It almost feels like this connection might be tied to a spiritual awakening for one or both of you. Like something really big, something heavy and significant happened around the same time, or this connection triggered that. And it's like something that you know you'll never forget. You're never going to forget this person. You're never going to forget this period of time in your life when you were going through all these changes or when you were having all these realizations. And it feels to me like everything I'm saying is mirrored equally on both sides. And I just don't know if the two of you are to a point where you would communicate about that, but it does feel like things will never be the same because of this connection. In some way, something will never be as it was before. The Two of Cups is a card of not only harmony, but of partnership, of proposal, of marriage. So there is the feeling that this is someone who's very important to your story, and vice versa. Like the two of you will play or have played very important roles in each other's lives. And then what's really strange is I'm getting, with this trine energy, I get the feeling that for some of you, a child might be involved in this. So you may have a child with this person, or one of you may have a child or may have children. The idea of one child is really standing out to me because I'm getting a message about a family of 3. Like when the two of you join together, it's more than just the two of you coming together. There will be 3 parties coming together in some way. But it does not have to mean that there's only one child. This can be about just, I'm getting like a blended family kind of vibe, or like the two of you growing something together. So this really could be, this is either someone you already have a child with, or maybe someone that you've really thought about starting a family with. I'm also hearing fur baby. So for some of you, this third party here, and I don't mean third party in terms of other relationships. Of course, that energy is present. This is a general reading, and that could be a part of your situation. If that's not something you already know about your connection, it's not a reason to worry. Like, this shouldn't cause any concern that there's going to be a third party. It's really not that feeling. It's actually a feeling of creating something together and growing together. This could even be a business partnership, like a business you want to start with this person. But I was also hearing fur baby, so this could be that one of you has a pet, and when the two of you come together and maybe move in together, it's going to be like a family. It's be very significant to you in terms of spiritual evolution. Also in terms of the evolution and the growth of this connection. You could have been seeing 3s a lot around meeting this person or something like that. I do think this is someone that can see starting a family with you, and someone you maybe have thought about that with as well. If it's not actually having children, then there's kind of a feeling that this is someone who wants to lay down roots with you, someone who you've thought about like establishing some kind of firm foundation with, moving in together, getting married, something like that. It feels like those kind of thoughts are very much mutually happening on both sides of this connection. Let's look at the tarot. I'm so curious now. I'm anxiously grabbing for the deck so I can see what's going on here, because this feels like really intense energy. It feels like some kind of like divinely orchestrated type of connection, which is really interesting. Because I feel like there's a reading I did not that long ago that had this sort of energy. So I'm wondering if like same kind of group I'm picking up on, and maybe you'll be watching this video too. Like you'll know the reading I'm talking about if you selected that pile. We have Judgment. Let's see. Yeah. I feel like this person really knows what they want now. Something about this connection brought them a lot of clarity. Let's see what else we have. The Star and Death. Major theme in this reading so far for all the groups has been some type of transformation, and that is no different here. This is actually a really strong sense of transformation here with the Death card coming out. And then the Magician. So yeah, we're dealing with some transformative energy here, and maybe even the energy of manifestation. 10 of Daggers, Chancellor of Crystals. That's Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse. Okay. Let's look at this. I'm noticing too that, let's see, we have Judgment, the Star, Death, the Magician. So 4 out of 6 cards are major arcana. I feel like it was reading 2, same exact thing. 4 out of 6. Major energy here. That's strong energy. That's like, this is an indication of themes that have been repeated, or transformation that's been taking place over a significant period of time. This isn't like all of this just happened yesterday. So even if this is someone that you've just met recently, this is about like potentially healing past wounds, transforming in ways that each of you have wanted to for a long time, and somehow this connection has pushed that transformation forward. It's kind of maybe even forced it in some cases. This person without a doubt feels like this connection has changed them. There is no question about that, and we were already kind of talking about that, but then the first 4 cards that come out are major arcana. So this is like, these are major life transformations. These are major ways that they're viewing the world, viewing themselves differently than they used to. Getting a very empowering energy from all of this though. Like, it feels like the change that they are undergoing is very empowering. I do pick up on the fact that whatever kind of burdens or stressors this person has in their life, they can, I feel like these, by the way, the burdens and the stressors, it doesn't have to be anything like huge in their life, but I feel like it could even just be their responsibilities. But it does make them feel like they might not be able to offer you what you really want. They're kind of worried about their ability to offer you what you want, regardless of all this transformation that has happened. Because I'm seeing this 10 of Daggers and then this Chancellor of Crystals in reverse, Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse. So it feels like this is someone who is very loving and nurturing towards you. They have this desire to like care for you, to they want the best for you is what I'm reading this. They really want the best for you. They actually want to be kind of that nurturing energy, that supportive energy for you. They want to be there for you. They want to just create all of this harmony with you. But there's something that's holding them back, something that they either view as a burden or some type of really intense responsibility. And this can be just how they view it. They might view it as an intense responsibility. I was talking about one or both of you as, having children potentially, and this could be the case for them. It could be that the responsibilities of being a parent sometimes seem overwhelming to them, or the idea of starting a relationship while having to juggle their job and their children and whatever else they have going on is kind of a lot. So it does put them in this place of like, can I provide what I really want to for this person? Because we're looking at this situation where they're viewing this as a blessing, and it almost feels like they're willing to do this transformation. They're doubting if they can emerge on the other side as somebody who you want to be with. It's someone who you trust, someone who you feel comfortable with. I feel like these responsibilities, at the very least, they make them feel like they might not be as available to you as they would like to be. That's the feeling I'm getting. Like they can't see you as often as they would like to, or you're not talking as often as they would like to. And it might be that they're overwhelmed with all of the responsibilities that they're trying to juggle, that they're trying to keep up with, all the weight that's on their shoulders. One thing is for sure about this, that this whole scenario, this connection has really made them gain clarity about what they want. And it looks like what they want is partnership, it's commitment, it's Two of Cups. That's what they want. And that's what they see in this. You give this person hope, and you've somehow triggered them to take more control over their circumstances or over their future. It's like they don't want to play a passive role in their life anymore. So any way that they felt like they weren't in full control of what was going on, or they were just kind of rolling over and letting life happen to them, it's like they want to step into this more empowered place, because I think it feels like their chances of having something successful with you, like almost like they just can't be in this passive place. They have to make certain decisions, certain changes. They have to grow. They have to transform. They have to figure out how to balance and juggle all of these things if they want to get to where they're actually trying to go. It feels like they want to step into more of a place of like, if they see something they want to be able to reach out and take it. They want to be this magician that knows, kind of like knows how to create the scenario that they want, has all of the tools and knows what to do. As much as it might overwhelm them, I still see them wanting to push toward changing for the better. I think this person is manifesting whether they realize it or not. The funny part is we were kind of talking about like this connection potentially triggering some type of spiritual awakening for one or both of you. I would say for this person, it definitely did. And that might be why they're in this phase of manifesting, because this might even be something that they've looked into, that they are trying to master. It might also be something that they are doing unconsciously, but there's this feeling of like, them stepping into a more spiritually awakened version of themselves and actually starting to create their life by design. So they might not realize yet that they are manifesting, but they are trying to change their circumstances, and it feels like they're trying to do this from the ground up, from the inside out. Real, true transformation. Even in places where change hasn't stuck for them in the past is how I'm picking up on this. So this might be transformation that they've been dancing around for a while and not actually able to like fully implement the change. You give this person a lot more confidence, it feels like. They do still doubt themselves from time to time, but they're working on this huge transformation. And they want to express to you all of this if they haven't already. I think they want to use this magician energy to create the outcome that they want. At the same time, though, it's like they realize that they're not going to completely change overnight. They know this, and I think they know this from experience, because all of these major themes coming out, this is like, for a lot, I'm almost 100% sure that these transformations and these changes that this person has made, these are not things that have just occurred to them yesterday. These are things that they've been trying to manifest for a long time. Changes that they've been wanting to implement for a long time. And they couldn't figure out how to do them, or they didn't have the strength to do it, or they didn't have the time. They didn't feel empowered enough. And that's what I was talking about. Somehow you've grown this person's confidence enough to like make some of these changes that have been a long time coming. Yeah. I feel like this is someone, honestly, who has hit rock bottom in a lot of ways in the past. I feel like there's someone who really has, they've known what it's like to not feel this. And that's why their thoughts drift towards you, because they know what it's like to be in connections that don't fit, that don't work, that don't feel they don't feel harmonious. They know what it's like. They know what it's like to love and to lose. They know what it's like to have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of weight on their shoulders. So this really could be someone who feels like they have in the past hit rock bottom. Yeah, I feel like they know what it's like to literally scrape themselves off the ground and to have to rebuild. And I feel like this is someone who has healed and they have rebuilt in the past. But the level of transformation that they're going through now feels like the biggest healing experience and the largest amount of growth that they've ever gone through. And I think it's because some of the past trauma and the disappointments that they face, they never truly healed from some of those things. But it kind of felt like they just needed to keep going. And this could go back to the amount of responsibility that they feel. It's like they didn't have time to fully process, to fully heal, and to make whatever changes they needed to. They just had to keep moving. They had a family to take care of, or they had responsibilities, and they just kept going. I think that's why their responsibilities can weigh on them really heavy sometimes. It feels like something is being triggered in them. Yeah, like some of these past experiences are being triggered in them, and that's probably where this little bit of lack of confidence is coming in, because they've been through this before and they felt like they didn't fully implement the transformation, but now they're in a place where they are. I wonder what this means for this connection, because I feel like it might be moving forward, because these changes are happening and these changes have been in the works for a long time. Yeah. It really feels like they're starting to be able to accept more blessings into their life, and you are one of them. They might have felt like they didn't deserve this in the past. They hadn't grown to a point where they would be willing to accept something that feels right, that feels perfect, and that feels like it flows. But it feels like they are ready to do that now. And they're working on that feeling of deserving it. They're working on believing that those blessings are real and that they're possible and that they're happening for them. It feels like they're taking more control over what's going on. Let's see, I'm going to grab some of these oracle cards and see what else, what other messages we can get about this person. Okay. So, yeah, we have taking risks. Let's see. What else? Oh. Just saw that card as I flipped it. We have taking risks and action. I do think that something is going to progress in this connection. Also interesting that we were talking about it being Gemini season at the time that I am recording this video. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to have been watching the video when it was first put out or anything like that, but it just feels like there's this energy of very soon something is going to change and transform in this connection. Very, very soon. You might be meeting up with this person. They might be reaching out to you. They might be telling you about some of their deeper feelings, but it does feel like it's a risk for them. It feels like this isn't something that's easy for them. There's a lot of transformation that's been taking place, but it's like they want to take that risk now. They want to try things out. It feels like they want to step into the magician energy. They are almost anxious to do it, because it feels like it's been a while that they've been trying to implement these changes. But I wouldn't be surprised if this person reaches out to you, maybe tries to lock something down, solidify things a little bit more, ask you out, commit, make something official, like that wouldn't surprise me at all, because they are looking to take action in this connection now. They're looking to get this Two of Cups energy going. We have Golden Light Ray. That is the most cheerful card that I've seen in this deck. Let's get one more. And energy attachments. Okay, let's look at this. So I just get such happy energy here. And like with this whole reading, we're talking about blessings. We're talking about Two of Cups energy. We're talking about like real happiness and things clicking and things working. So this card says love and laughter, receiving and giving gifts, passionate projects. So yeah, I feel like this is this is about giving and receiving. It's a mutual feeling. Two of Cups is very mutual. It's that feeling of things being on the same level, things being on the same page, things working in harmony. And I feel like this is how you make this person feel. That happy. You're like a ray of light in this person's life. Wow. Moving on to this energy attachments, this energy exchange, negative influences and self-sabotage. And I feel like there's an incredible energy exchange that's going on here, and it's triggering such a deep level of transformation. This person is transforming on a deep personal level as a result of this connection. I do feel like there is still a little bit of a tendency to self-sabotage here, because you know, they're a little bit scared. You know how this is coming through? They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to disappoint you. They don't want to make promises that they can't keep. And because this is transformation that they've been waiting for a long time, it kind of feels like there's a little bit of doubt there. There's a little bit of this Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse. They're just not sure. But they're making major leaps and bounds here. So yeah, I think this is learned behavior, that self-sabotage. Like if this person pulls away, it's because they don't want to disappoint you. It's because they've gotten in their head and thought, I might not be able to offer everything. And they view you as such a blessing and such a bright spot in their life that they don't want to do anything to hurt or disappoint you. So I am picking up on that. But I think what's most important is the action. It feels like this person is about to go into action. So I guess we're going to be venturing out of this place of them just thinking about you, and they're actually going to be moving towards you. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you liked this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.